morning, everyone, and welcome to the vast rolling hills and plains of the Kruger National Park and the small part of it that we are sitting on called the Sabi Sands. To the south, we are bounded by the great Sabi River, which flows down into the Crocodile and eventually into the Indian Ocean in Mozambique. To the north, we are bounded by the Manyeleti Game Reserve, another piece of the greater Kruger National Park and part of this enormous 3.5 million hectare Greater Limpopo Transfrontier Park. In case you were wondering and you've just stumbled upon this website by mistake, you're with WildEarth TV, and we're about to take you on a live morning game drive. What you see is unedited and perfectly as it's happening right now. All around, the dawn chorus of the winter is starting to start. We've had a woodpecker drumming away territorially on a piece of knobthorn wood just off to our right. We can hear the babblers just starting off. And it's just a magnificent morning. So you're most welcome. On camera this morning we have Andrew, the aardvark. He's dressed like a bank robber today. He's got a balaclava on and various other accoutrements. It's pretty chilly this morning. On the other vehicle, we have got Jean-Dre on camera and Brent on voice. And in the control room, we have the sultry tones of Tara Dales. And I think Brian is playing second director. You have hashtag Safari Live or questions at wildearth.tv. Our original plan this morning was to come down and check for some lions in this area. Did hear them earlier this morning. I've just heard them again. They're a long way south of where we are. We had a pretty quiet day yesterday, and it's just fascinating to see how the distribution of sightings here is completely random. Some days, Juma, which is the little piece we're working on of 1,500 hectares, is pretty quiet from the point of view of big game sightings, and sometimes it's just exploding action. You never know what you're going to get, so we're going to see what we can find on the roads, see what tracks have perhaps been wandering around during the night, and we'll follow up on what we can find. You're welcome. Lovely to have you along. Let's go and explore and find some interesting things. It is a chilly 9 degrees Celsius. 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And we came to this waterhole mainly because it makes a very pretty picture, of course. Our first animal for the day is going to be the three-banded plover. Beautiful little bird. Not a great soaring eagle by any stretch, but a really nice example of a non-migrating plover. Most of the plovers disappear, of course, during the course of the day. Not the day, during the course of the winter. And he'll just be picking up a few little snails. Andrew, can you hear that? I can hear lions to the very south of us. Just that final sort of oh, 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 oh. It's a wonderful sound. Right, here we go. Head down onto the southern boundary, see if we can't pick up some tracks. Remember the roads, because there's no vehicle movement during the night, the roads are a real story of what's happened during the course of the night. Most of the cats out here are nocturnal, so the leopards and the lions, which tend to be our sort of focus a lot of the time, and so it's really nice to be able to see and look at the roads and see what's happened during the night. Lots of other activity I've seen already that happened during the night. Lots of civets, lots of hyena movement. Nothing in the way of lions just yet. We're going to do quite a lot of stopping to listen because our ears, I think, are one of the most underutilized senses that we have, our ears and our noses. But when we listen, we tend to drive around in these vehicles that we don't even notice the underlying noise that they make anymore. And it's a good idea to just stop every so often, especially in the morning when the cats are still moving. It's a great idea to just stop and have a listen as often as possible. Because even though the engine is quite quiet, it will mask just about all other sound. John Boy in California, welcome to the morning drive and well done on getting the first question in. Thank you for it. It helps my brain to warm up to answer a few questions. John Boy, you heard rumors yesterday that one of the Styx Pride, and for those of you who don't know, the Styx Pride is a pride of lions that mainly operates south of us, but does come on to Djuma every so often. You heard that one of their number was killed by two of the dominant males of the area yesterday. That seems to be true, John Boy. On a reserve called Nkoro, we had a report from the manager there that did indeed happen. Why, I'm not sure, and what the demographic of that of the victim of the murder is, I'm not sure. But it seems like it was probably an adult lioness or a sub-adult lioness, which is quite abhorrent behavior. It's very odd. Need to keep a constant eye out on the road for whatever has been during the night. And as we come a little bit higher up, it's amazing how much warmer the air gets. It's the first air to pick up the first little few warming rays of the sun. I'm really testing Andrew here, but it's one of my favorite birds. There's something called a white-browed scrub robin in that tree.